peas. I'm gonna do a tour. This is the beginning of my tour video. MTV Cribs, this is my garden. Sweet peas, sugar snap peas, I mean, in the center. And carrots along the edges, underneath this cage to protect them from the birds. Here's the start of the yellow squash. And some banana peppers over on this side. And then we'll go this way. We have some bush beans along the edge of this bed and some whole beans in the center. Here's some ranunculus. And the back corner is in need of weeding apparently, but also where the cucumbers are getting started. And then we have drag racing on Old Hickory Boulevard and carrots in this bed coming up, along with some pole beans. These ones are Chinese red noodle beans that will hopefully grow up this trellis here. Also has a cage to protect it from the birds. They destroyed things last year. Then we have 2 ground cherry plants getting started. They are starting to flower out actually. See a little flower in there? Probably need to pinch that off so it can grow a little taller. And looking over here to see 2 little kales getting going. Last year the kale got about 3 feet tall, so we'll see what happens there. But then along the whole edge here, there is cilantro on that side too. Help with some pest control for the bugs that like the kale. Here's Zach. That brings us to some golden beets under this bird cage in the front. Then we have 2 different varieties, the first here and the second here, of bush beans planted alongside for broccoli. They're looking good. And then this long back bed is pepper and tomato land. We have all different kinds of peppers planted here in the front with these bamboo stakes to give them a little support. Some Roma tomatoes, Midnight, and 2 Martinos here and here in the cages. And then we have indeterminate tomatoes, all small cherry, grape, etc. sized along this edge of the trellis to grow up throughout the season. Also in need of a little weeding. Then we have Thyme Island. This creeping thyme is absurd. I've been pulling off this edge to protect these turnips that are showing out. Their leaves get nice and spiky, as you can see. But this guy's just wanting to take over everything. Hard to see, but there are onions bulbing in the center and then bunching along the far edge. Radishes, 3 different varieties here. And then right in front of me there's some calendulas, if you're familiar. Finally, to the back row, we're doing some weed prevention tests with these stumps. They actually have some pretty cool mushrooms growing on them. But there is mustard greens, then dill is supposed to be filling in here. Hasn't come yet. but then this is all arugula. Then there's some little calendula sprouts coming up. Then we've got these fun rainbow chard. They're gonna need thinned out a little more, but not quite ready yet. Calendula, up with some pest control, and get some blooms. Chimsai, I believe is how this is pronounced. Another fun green. Then we're gonna have dill. Dill here? Yeah. Ooh, there's a dill sprout. You heard it here first, folks.
That's a big dill.
There's the dill that will hopefully be part of our pickles this year. And then we've got some little spinaches getting started. TBD on whether they'll get going before it gets too hot here. This is the one doing the best. They have hope. They did decent last year. And then over here, last but not least, are 3 tiny little cantaloupe sprouts. 2 of them are doing better than the third, but those will probably fill in this whole back area and leak in the fence. There's the neighbor's dog. There's another peek of Zach. There's a pretty summer sky. Good night.